Throughout my career, I've had people encouraging me along the way, helping me to get things done. Whether it's from my parents, whether it's from different coaches, teachers at school. I think it was very beneficial that I had two older brothers. I always wanted to be as good as they were.
Oh, what a finish!
My father always treated me like a professional footballer. Even when he would talk to me, he said, I'm going to cut your steak tonight because you need to be strong for when you're a professional footballer. Those little subliminal messages, hence I thought I was a footballer probably before my time. My dad said right from the start that I was always going to be a centre forward. He said I just basically loitered around the goal.
What a pass! Michael Owen wins it!
I think if I had to name one player that's assisted me throughout my career, most of all, it would have to be Steven Gerrard.
Gerrard, here's Michael Owen.
From the age of 11, we were in the same Liverpool team together. Invariably, he would be the one doing the assists and I'd be the one finishing it off.
Gerrard, that's a brilliant ball! That's dazzling!
ABSA, the official African banking partner of the Premier League, is giving you the assist so you can get things done.
Hello and welcome. This is Radull Live. Yes, another Saturday where we get to talk about Kenyan sport. And today we are going to Nyeri. Yeah, how many of you have been to Nyeri? By the way, the guys who watch me are from Luoland and Western. I hope you've been to Nyeri, guys, because that's where we're going today. And we're going to talk about Nyeri football. That's coming up in a bit. A reminder from our partners at ABSA that if you want to make 2021 your year, if you are looking for a loan with great repayment processes, guys, you need to open an ABSA One account. Simply text the word 1 to 22268. Text the word 1 to 22268. Someone will call you back from ABSA. You open an ABSA One account, guys, and you will have access to the most flexible loans you can come across with repayment periods of up to 7 years. So make 2021 your year with an ABSA loan first by opening an ABSA One account. Now let me send a few shout outs before I introduce my guest. Xavier Gitao Masharia from Vika. He says watching alongside Karwimbo. Okay, Christopher Mutotso Shivutse, watching from a ginger corner in Kakamega. Eric Makara Wamboi says, I'm watching. Murithi Kamenju says, we are on. Hashtag Ruare United. Raima Jaka present. Nduri Kitonga. Eric New Socks Maina. Big up, man. Princess Nelly. I used to go to Nyeri for drama festival. Okay, that's at least people know. Guys, allow me to introduce my guests. First, Emmanuel Mwangi, the chairman of Ruare United.
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm well fine.
Have I pronounced Ruare properly?
Yeah.
My tongue, it's not an easy word for my tongue.
Yeah, I know, but you're good.
I'll try.
Yeah.
And Erico Socks, he's on the technical bench of Marafiki FC. Guys, first of all, Karibu. Welcome to Nairobi. I know you have a busy weekend. You guys both have league matches tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let me start with my friend Erico here from Marafiki. Eric, tell us about Marafiki FC. Simply because until a few months ago, I didn't even know Nyeri has big football clubs. But I've been corrected. Tell us about Marafiki FC.
Well, thank you very much. And first, I appreciate the forum. And thank you for recognizing that Nyeri has a talent and for hosting us. Now, Marafiki FC is a club that came about because there are some few friends who actually had some a group and they were doing some social work. They were going to visit guys, and after the event, they had nowhere to go. They would sit down, take lunch, and then they realized, how about for physical fitness? If they went on Saturday, on Sunday they said, how about we have a game tomorrow, a football match? And they organized themselves and got a ball, and the following day they were on the pitch. So, but because they were physically unfit, not everyone will take the whole 90 minutes. So we'll get like 100 substitutes. I get tired, I get burnt out, and then someone else comes in. And then by and by, we realized now we could not play against ourselves. So we invited Ospan Medical College for a game, and then we hooped them really proper. Then they were like, no, there's no way this was a team will beat us this way. No, so they asked us for a rematch, and we went there and confirmed. Yes.
And you beat them again?
Yes.
Aye, that's nasty.
Yes. So we now thought of going outside Nyeri town, and we went to Karatina. And then at that time there were so many fans now wanting to come play and just relax on Sunday afternoons and watch what is this that is going on in football. And guys are just, there are no really major rules, just guys having fun. And then like when we were getting to Karatina, we were a convoy of over 100 vehicles. And then those guys were like, is this a real team, or is this the joke that we are hearing and they have this much fan base? Then they were like, okay. And then we hooked them. Even Karatina, we were on them. So like everyone now started listening and getting interested on these Marafiki. So with time, we realized now we had guys at our local areas. Myself, I come from a place called Tetu, and in Kiridaji we have a football team. Then
I know Tetu because of Wangari Maathai.
Yes, that was our MP back then. So we said, now me I have a guy I know who can do a good striking. So he said let him come in now as a Marafiki, now youth. So we had now to create another team for the youngsters, and then us was it. So the guys from Narumoro, from Kieni, from Nkuroine, and then we joined and we formed a team. That is how Marafiki came to be.
So it was almost as a joke, but then realized that this is something we can do. Mwangi from Ruare, Ruare United
FC.
How did your team come about?
Okay, Luale was formed in 2018. Me personally, I'm the one who started Luale. Personally, I come from Kibira. That's where I play my ball from my childhood. But home is Nyeri. When I went to work there, I took one of my friend. I wanted somewhere to train. Then I went to a ground, and I found out people are just morning 6, jioni, and they have no team. So I gathered the boys, we came together, and that's how Luale was born. So from that time, we entered county. We were number 1, first one. Then up to from that, then we entered to Div 2. Up to now, we're in Div 2. But I'm happy to say, Luale have provided a platform for youth from Nyeri as I prefer, and we're able to give them a chance to show the case. Because I understand in Nyeri we have a lot of talent, but they don't get that exposure. And that's what Luale we are there to give them an exposure.
Yeah, how did you get into Division 2, Marafiki? I mean, because you have to start, how do you make the transition from saying this is an amateur side, but we want to compete professionally?
Basically, the guys that were in Marafiki, most of them, actually all of them have a passion for football. So when we were doing our friendlies for the young guys, the young team now, we realized now it's like we are beating like almost all the teams. So now we were tired of these friendlies. Now we needed to go somewhere where we can compete and expose these young talents from the area, and so that they can go to bigger clubs. And there's no way we could do that by just friendlies. So we realize now we have to get into the leagues so that we can compete even in the higher ranks.
What are your targets, Mwangi? What are your targets?
Okay, our target is to go to Premier. At least we can see from Mount Kenya we have team from which will participate in Premier League. But at the current, we are giving ourselves like 1 or 2 years Div 2 so that we can move to the Div 1. But before that, our target is to like we have like 4 or 5 boys who have moved out. We can sprout say this one is from Luale, this one is from Luale, but it's playing A, B, C, D team.
Which you have players who have moved into clubs in higher leagues?
Currently, I have like 4 boys who are being eyed on. Yeah, I have a striker, a young man who is 19 years. He's called Zach, and a goalkeeper. So like last Sunday we were in Kibera playing with Sofco, and he did very well.
You beat, so yes.
Yeah.
I saw you won.
Yeah, we won, but he did very well, such that there are someone who approached him looking for a higher area.
And you have contracts with these players so that if they move, I hope the club benefits.
Yeah, what we do is like FKF has a portal that once you register with Rwale, you cannot register with another team in Kenya. So yes, we have a contract, but that also is used by FKF. If like now one of our player and maybe a bigger team want, they must first go to portal, we release, and we write a letter so that the FKF can lead that player to that team.
But what I'm saying is money exchanges hands, eh? So you can sell players. where you
Yeah,
are now.
yeah, we can sell
The talent.
player. Yeah.
When you enter the main leagues, I'm sure you thought that this is not, it's no longer fun and games. Football is supposed to be business. It's going to cost.
Yeah.
How do you get around the cost issue?
Yeah, football is expensive.
It's very expensive.
Very expensive.
Yeah.
And actually what I can say is people, when you see people are playing, there is a lot involved. So what we do is we have friends, like now tomorrow we have a game, so we're asking people to contribute. Those who are able, fan base are giving us money to be able to run tomorrow games. It's through community base.
So you have people who regularly
Regularly
to
contribute,
Rware.
yeah.
What about Marafiki?
We also don't have like an official sponsor. Basically, we have it's a community-based thing whereby the fan base will contribute towards the kitty to run the team, and I would say yes, it's very expensive because you'll find out that every other day we are going for trainings. These guys, you want to give them allowances. You have a game. You need some medical supplies, transport, you need water. Yes, so I'll thank my fans and even the individuals who come and contribute because it's not easy for someone to sacrifice, even if it's 100 bob for a team. It's always something to do with your passion for football. So basically we do get our money from the gate collections and the contributions from our fans.
And I've noticed that you guys have managed to sort of organize your fans, because a lot of clubs in Kenya, that is what they suffer from, lack of a fan base. And how do you do that? Do you have a proper structure? Do you have a proper office that probably recruits the fans? They pay subscription, or how does it work right now? Is it just turn up on Sunday and pay at the gate?
Let us say that initially guys just came in and probably just bought a jersey and they were members of Marafiki. But as time goes on now, we realize that the fan base is growing, and then we will not sell the jerseys every other day, as much as you want the money and you want to grow the club. So there's a team that recruits guys, and there are procedures. So when you come into Marafiki, probably you want a jersey, you want a hood. We also have hoods for Marafiki. We have caps, we have bands. We have lots of merchandise for those guys who want to join Marafiki. And so when those guys, when someone wants to approach Marafiki, we realize we have to have a structure, so that not every other member will tell you come join Marafiki, but we don't have restrictions. Yes.
So what does your office look like? Do you have, do you have a physical office? What does your office, I'm just trying to understand the level of professionalism, because what I'm seeing from you, two teams in Division 2, for those who don't know, there's KPL, then NSL, then Div 1, then Div 2, yet you seem really organized. And I'll ask you the same question about your office.
Okay, in Marafiki, of course, we love order, and so when you realize that you go for a game and then things are going haywire and no one is answerable, we decided now we need to have a structure. So Marafiki now has a board. We have board members. Marafiki has a technical team. Marafiki has pillars of Marafiki. Pillars of Marafiki basically are the guys who, when their financial muscle is a bit on the loose, you will call upon them and they will just turn out. We also now have the fan base. So we have those structures, we have our patron, we have our SG, we have a
Can we put you in FKF office? What
Yeah.
about you, Mwangi?
Okay, in Wale, we have structure.
Mm-hmm.
The same as them. We have also the pillar. The pillars, those are the people who are willing. When you are in a kind of challenge, you can call upon. They give us. Also, we have members. Membership, they give like 200 every month. Then we also have what you call fan base. What you have, you give it to us.
Akina DJ Abbas.
Akina DJ Abbas,
He
yeah.
tags me on all your flyers.
Yeah.
If I don't post, he'll tag me 10 times till I post. But
Yeah,
that's
so-
how you get the word out there.
Yeah, then another way you get the money is gate collection, selling the jersey, those kind of goods. But what I can say this in Nyeri, people love football.
Yeah.
I came to people love football because once Marafiki came out and Nwale, even I didn't accept that because knowing that Kikuyu land and football, but I was shocked to find out even that when you are playing with them, the capacity was fully full. So that's something to tell. In Mount Kenya, there is something that have not been realized, which need a lot of
And
focus.
just for the record, they brought me a jersey and I insisted on buying it, and I said I M-Pesa 07, and he said no, till number.
Yeah.
And the till number goes to Ruare United
United
FC.
yeah.
You know, that's just a level of professionalism.
Mhm.
Because trust me, and let me not, Gor Mahia, my Luo brothers, not attack me. But if I want a Gor Mahia jersey, I'm given 07 something, and then I realize it doesn't even go to the club. So it's really impressive that teams in Div 2 can get their act together with the till numbers and pay bill numbers, and in the league we're still joking around. Let me just read some comments that are coming through.
Okay.
Eric Wamboi says, I'm watching. Okay, James Kiama and Erico, good stuff. Hilda Chepkembinyi, I'm watching you live from UAE. Marafiki FC, I guess that's the official handle, is following from Yeri Town. Daniel Alves Gadogo watching from Emali Town. Chris Douglasson tuned, the only Nyeri international player of all times. Who's that? Him. Marafiki FC and Ruare United FC. Let me see some of these other comments that are coming through. Michelle Karen says, well done team, Emmanuel Matano. By the way, I've had someone here calling you Matano as well.
Yeah.
Where did that name come from?
It's my surname.
So you're Emmanuel Mwangi Matano.
Yeah.
No
Emmanuel.
relation to Matano.
No, not at all.
I thought you consider yourself the special one as well. Mark Gashusha says, good to see these two teams putting in the work to break into the national football scene. Michelle Karen says, well done. I'm being asked if this is part of BBI. No, but we are Kenyans who love football, you know. Politics aside, we all love football, you know, it doesn't matter. Thomas Orao says, watching from Kinunga Stadium, Ruare United is having a friendly match against Tetu High School. Congrats, Matano. Walter Senior, following from Kericho Green Stadium, Zoo versus Vihiga. By the way, Zoo, I'm wearing your jersey today. I'll wear your jerseys on another day. Ibrahim Gisaili Josiah says, I'm watching you from home. Eric Macaro says, football on the rise. I like the fact that, because traditionally we only know the big clubs in Kenya, Ogor AFC, and once upon a time Shabana. So it all seems to be focused on clubs in the Western region. But I like the fact that Nyeri is coming up and showing that we can stand to be counted.
Yeah.
And like you say, we need a Nyeri club, or we need a big club from that region in the Premier League. I think it will bring nice, good, friendly rivalry.
Yeah.
Marafiki, what are your targets? When are we going to see Marafiki climbing up the ranks?
Probably that is simply in 2-3 years we are going to be there, because our target is we are doing one league per season, so we rise to the next one, and then in 2-3 years, then you can be very sure we'll be there. Yes, and actually even the players, they are determined and to do the same. Actually, we have very committed players, and the fan base and the board, because we know it will need money, it will need commitment, and most of all sacrifice. So we are telling Tusker, we are telling Ulinzi, we are telling Wazito, we are coming.
We're coming.
Yes.
Because it's gonna cost a lot,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, as much as you have talent,
Yeah.
you also have to be able to keep the best talent
Mhm.
and to pay the best talent, because
Yeah.
ultimately other teams will come and say, Allah,
Actually,
Come
that
and
is
come and start
yes,
grabbing your
that
players.
that is
Yeah.
one of the challenge that
One of the
the
challenges.
small teams, I would say, or I'll call them the teams in Div 1, Div 2, and the other county league, they have, because you will find that there are guys who will come and poach the players. It's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time, because when you have a player and you want to expose them, you will wish them to go to a higher level. But if they left your club and that is the player that you guys were looking up to,
relying on.
then it's a bit...
It's tricky.
Yes.
Because you wish you could pay him to stay, but
Exactly.
you also want him to explore his career.
Yes.
To say that we develop this player to this level, you know.
All I can say about that, I can give thanks to FKF. Like for us, in Div 2, you cannot just come and pick a player first. There is a portal that you must go through the office of FKF. So not just coming, because that is good.
But I mean, even if they're buying them, even if they're going through the portal and they're buying the player, as Erico is saying, you might lose your best player, you know, and even if they're paying you money. So it's a plus, because trading of footballers happens worldwide. It's how teams make money. A player may not be working for you, he'd work for another club, you know, so
And
even
maybe
if they do it right, you still lose key players
The key player.
if you can't afford to keep them.
Exactly. And
Yeah, you can't afford to keep the, at the same time you are low and the higher team is, so you cannot
It's
either.
attractive for the player.
Yeah, it's attractive for the player, so let's go.
There's a comment here from Xavier Gitao Masharia. He says, a convoy of cars. Who said my people can't brag? Okay, yeah, learning very quickly from that. Somebody here mentioned Kinunga, that you guys are friendly to in Kinunga. I believe this is a stadium that, I don't know whether to call it a stadium or a ground. You both use it as your home ground.
No.
You use it as your home ground.
yes, it's Marafiki's home ground.
For us, we're in Rolingo Stadium. It's only that today we had a midweek friendly with Teto High. Yeah.
That's why you're there.
Yeah, that's why
Which
they
is
are.
the stadium that had a perimeter fence that's been put for 8 years.
No, it's Roringo Stadium.
Rolingo Stadium.
Rungu Stadium.
Yeah.
8 years and going. And I would say it's
But
a bit...
they're progressing.
They're not progressing at a
they are
good
not
enough.
I would say 8
rate.
years is
It's wrong,
it's
huh?
too much.
It's too much.
But for me, Nyeri is such a key geographical location that it is a place that needs, like Kinoru. Nyeri should have a Kinoru.
Yes.
Nyeri should have a Kinoru.
Actually, Roringo Stadium was supposed to be our Kinoru, and this I probably will direct to our CS Ambassador Dr. Amina. As much as there was no active football in Nyeri, we need the infrastructure, so that if such an opportunity comes knocking, we'll have such a team like Roare having a very good home ground. We will also host other teams from elsewhere, because we have a nice ground. And that will not only be a plus for the footballers, but also for the economic growth. So
But even Premier League clubs should, apart from Thika, it's only, I think, Tusker FC that wanted to make Meru their home, but there were some issues there with that. But there are Premier League clubs that should actually go and make Nyeri their home.
Their home, yeah.
So I don't know if there are any efforts you guys can do on the ground, or this is it. This is people seeing that Nyeri is finally coming alive.
Or probably they are waiting for Marafiki to get to Premier League. You never know.
Wale.
Yes.
But I think in a way it's a bit of impunity, because they know who's going to complain.
There's no one.
And what
there's
are you
no
going to
one.
complain and you don't have football in your area, you know?
But now
So-
that the teams are there, I probably would think that the national government will do something about it, because I think it was a combined project between the county government of Nyeri and the national government. And part of it, the perimeter fence, that one I think was being done by the county government of
county
Nyeri,
government,
and it's almost done. Yes, so really we're waiting for the pitch to come up, though they've done partly some of it, and we are hoping anytime this year they may be able to complete it.
I think by the time they see your games going on and the way they're always full, they can't ignore.
They can't,
You know,
yeah.
impunity happens because nobody asks questions.
That's question, yeah.
Because it's also inviting. I've been running this just a study program with some friends of mine, and every time we ask people why they don't go, they complain about even Kasarani. They say Kasarani is dirty, it's disorganized, loose, or don't know how. You know,
Yeah.
so there are things that keep fans away. I'm sure when women come, they're like, where do I relieve myself? You know, things,
Yeah.
small things like that
Yeah.
that keep the fans away. So if they get the infrastructure right,
We'll
Okay.
get even more clubs from elsewhere to come and play
Yeah.
there, so that we don't always have to travel for friendlies. That we can always have them on a good ground in Nyeri.
All I can say is Nyeri has one of the best grounds, not only in Nyeri town, even in other areas. When like now, me I've been playing my soccer here in Nairobi. You can't compare Nairobi grounds with Nyeri. They are very good. It's only that now there's no people to manage them, or even that talent. Like now in Nwale, we had some challenges because when you bring local players, some of them don't play that football. So like me, since we are in Div 2, I was forced to bring some outside player to bring a standard for the local to understand there is two type of ball, street soccer and serious soccer. So that kind of mixing them is bringing the standard. Even Marafiki have adapted the same thing. So trying to bring the standard in Nyeri soccer up.
I mean, you can't avoid it. As much as there is talent in every region of the country, you can't avoid getting players from outside who are going to bring different kinds of experience. Anyway, I want us to take a break. Guys, I want to hear your questions. Those of you who are watching, I want to hear your questions for the team here from Marafiki FC and Ruare United FC. I have to decide which one I'm going to support.
Most definitely, you'll support the bigger team.
The bigger
That
team.
is, Marafiki.
No. But let me ask, in Nyeri, which is the biggest team? It's Luale. We're in Div 2, they're in Legion.
No, bigger team is not the name. How many
But
times?
you're not in Div 2.
Yeah, no.
How
They're in
many-
Legion.
no.
They're in
How
Legion
many
County.
times-
They're in Legion.
It's only because that
We
you
are
have to follow
in
the
Div 2.
ranks.
For them.
That's noisy.
Yeah.
How many times have we hooped you?
No.
Regardless of
Let
the
me ask
level.
a question.
No,
Let me ask.
let us go on the ground.
You see yourself in
And
the
no,
and even
Kenyan
if-
Premier
and
League
if-
before them.
Let me
And,
ask.
Further to that, you
No,
also
no.
have
Erico,
we are hosting
let me
you
ask
for your
one question.
friendly
The
too. Don't say that because,
derby we have,
you know,
the
we are
derby-
hosting you today for a friendly at
You see,
Kenunga. So please,
the derby we have
just relax.
with them,
Yes.
how many players did they import on that game?
You know, we have to bring these
How many
this
players
football
from
level.
Premier League?
No.
Actually, yes, they scored one against us, but to us is again.
So
We are
that-
not playing against Marafiki. We are playing against Postaleja.
I don't
A
know.
combined-
No.
Yes,
It
that's
is
the
not a
reality.
combined. It is not
Yeah,
a combined.
Actually,
team. No,
yeah.
Actually,
Let
we
them-
can have
yeah,
a rematch.
we want a rematch.
We want a
A
rematch. And
rematch?
Yeah,
A rematch?
derby rematch.
And you have players you have signed.
Yes.
Of course. It's a big
Not
team.
important.
It's a big
And
team.
you
I
bring
want to
your
remind
players
you.
you have
Yes.
signed.
Yes.
Me, I don't go out. The one I'm signed, I have them, and I'm very proud of them.
And you're loyal to them.
Loyal to them.
Yes.
This is Marafiki.
I know.
No, Marafiki. you've signed-
Okay, I can say
you've
Marafiki,
signed
they are too
players and
noisy.
we have,
They make a
and
lot of
because- simply because
noise.
they have the muscle.
But you see, at the end of it, Luale is the big team in Nyeri.
that we
Marafiki is
have.
our small brother because they are in Legion. We are in Div 2. Currently in Nyeri is only in Mount Kenya. Actually, the challenge we're having like now in Div 2, the pool I am is, we call it pool of death because I have to travel like 12 times to Nairobi. When I asked the office why, they told in Mount Kenya you don't have teams. We cannot make a pool from Mount Kenya because find out like inside of like Ipia we have 4 Div 2. Nyeri we have 1. Kirinyaga we have 1 and 1 in NSL. So we find out we cannot have a team, a pool that can help us to minimize the cost. So it's expensive because of that. I would also love them to join us and another team to join us so that it can easy for us.
No, you also have to be sure that you'll not be relegated so that as we come to that
That one I
division,
can assure you, Eric.
What
we most
position are
probably
you now
have
in
to.
Div 2?
Div 2, number 6.
You're number 6.
Out of 12.
And how many games in?
Yeah, we are number 2, 2 games. No, this is the 3rd game now. We are going to
the season has just started.
Yeah,
Yes,
just
yes.
started.
Okay, and in regional,
Of course, better number 2.
but your season has also just started.
Yeah.
Yes, number 2, the season has started. But even as you can hear, like we were supposed to play with Kenyatta University, but rumor has it that they got to Keno and they had stuff that Marafiki is that team, so they decided not to
So they
attend
went
the
back.
match. Yes. And last Sunday, the team Kiambu, you can ask them. We gave them 8 of the best.
I saw that on your Facebook page.
Yes, and tomorrow we are having a match at Kabete, so you are most welcome. I won't predict, but 10 is on the lower side.
It's not like you're the lures of
Ooh.
Nyeri.
10 is on the lower side.
Yes.
Guys, we're gonna take a short break. When we come back, I want us to look at how you market yourself. I realize you're all big on social media, and if you guys have any questions for these 2 teams from Nyeri, please put them in the comment section so I can read them out. But so far, I'm just seeing we're learning so much from teams in the lower division. You KPL clubs, watch out, man. Guys, we'll see you after the break.
To all aspiring footballers on the African continent, your ultimate assist is your mindset. Keep getting things done. To all aspiring footballers on the African continent, your ultimate assist is your mindset. Keep getting things done.
Welcome back. This is Radull Live. Yes, I have very energetic people here from Nyeri talking about Nyeri football and football in the region. But just a reminder, guys, that if you want a flexible loan, you need to get one from ABSA. Yes, open an ABSA One account. By the way, the account has so many great features, including the fact that you can get a loan that you repay over 7 years. Simply text the word one to 22268, 1 to 22268. Someone will call you back during the weekday, during working hours, and guide you on how to open an ABSA One account, and of course how to get a flexible loan that you can repay in 7 years. That's ABSA, that's Africanacity. Now let me read a few comments here, and then I will let these gentlemen continue with their I don't know who's right and who's wrong. Muridhi Kamenju says, proud of our team Ruara United for having a till number. Yes, but that's a big deal, eh?
Yeah,
Because
thank you.
it tells you that that money is going to the right place.
Yeah, to that player.
And that is a big concern for so many fans. I remember when I hosted the chairman of Gor Mahia, Rachir, he told me they have 500 registered fans. And I'm like, how does a team like Gor have 500 registered fans? So I went attacking the fans that Kumbe, you're just noisy, you don't register. And they said, we don't know where the money goes. At
That's
the
a
time it was
problem.
1,200 a year, like 100 bob. I think they raised it to 200 a month, so it's 2,400 a year. But they don't pay because they said, we don't know where the money goes. We're giving it to somebody's pocket.
That exactly what is one of the things that's killing the club, because a club needs accountability. If it's supported by the fans, even if it's 50 bob, they need to see where that money
Where that
is.
50
And if that is the
shillings
passion of the fan, at least it should go to the player, because bottom line, that is why you're contributing the money.
Yeah, that is why the fans are there, to
Yes.
watch the player.
Yes,
So,
the player.
I mean, you may think it's a small thing, it's such a big deal to have a till number. And it is written Ruare United.
Yes.
Not that you're going to hear There's a guy I sent here to Dagoretti to buy meat, and it comes back to do something wine shop. So when I pay to the till number, anyway.
They emulated that from us.
No.
You also have a till number
Yeah,
And a
that's
bank
what-
account.
and a bank account.
Even as you have a bank account, that's why it's go direct. It doesn't go to any direct to the account.
Direct to the account.
Direct to the
Thomas
account.
Orao, I'm watching from Kinunga Stadium. Rara United is having a friendly. Oh, he told us that earlier. Congrats, Matano. Ochiweda says soon they will have a team in the Kenyan Premier League. Yes, they are determined, by the way. Ayero Chahilu Edwin says, good to see the game grow from the grassroots across the country. Wish the two teams well. It is doable. Abbas DJ, Radull, please tell Erico we need to see Marafiki FC veterans team being revived so that I can make him suffer on the pitch.
Right now, I'm very fit. But anyway, the pitch will decide.
The pitch will decide.
Yes.
Marafiki FC, talk about Betway Cup round of 32. We will face Tusker FC at Kinunga Stadium on the 18th of April. You're hosting Tusker?
Yes, we're hosting Tusker.
Wow, that's a big one.
That's a big one. They want to see which this team called Marafiki, what do they have in store?
So
And
you're preparing for that.
you can assure them they might go back to Nairobi bitter.
And that's 18th of April. Hopefully by then,
Yeah.
we'll officially allow fans back in to the
Yes.
stadium
Yeah.
so that we can have a big game there. Deco Kazola says, I think in Nyeri we need to have good pitches in every sub-county because the weather is good here.
Yeah.
Because naturally you can grow grass,
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
but
Like you see now, some of the pitches now you see in Nairobi, you are watching a very big match, and then you find that they are playing on a ground that does not have grass. So like you're like, is this match really supposed to be played on this pitch? But you find that is a problem with the space, and probably they don't have a pitch. People have grabbed club pitches, public land that is supposed to help people trade. That is one of the problems that we also have. But that is not affecting teams in Nyeri.
But it's tricky, but I don't think space is an issue because you look at some countries like England, which is the size of Central Province, and yet they have pitches, good pitches in every school,
In every
in
school,
every
yeah.
county, in every. It's just making it a priority.
Exactly.
Let me see, Venixis Ngashvigo. Guys, just use normal names on Facebook. Yeah, so I can't wait to see Marafiki and Ruare in the Premier League humiliating Gor and the other bogus teams. I'm a Gor supporter. As much as I attack them, I'm one. So be nice, be nice. Ochiweda, they're doing a very good job in Nyeri. Anthony Kari says, another job, people for Nyeri good job, people from Nyeri football. Muridhi Kamenju, advocate for Rirunga Stadium to be finished. Radull. We've sung those songs of stadium. I don't know who's listening. We've sung those songs of stadiums. Those are... Guys, any more questions, bring them through as well. Mwangi, what are some of the biggest challenges you face?
Automatically finance. That's
Finance, huh?
Yeah, that's the one of the big challenge we have. God fed out. To run a football club is not that easy. It requires a lot of expenditure. But what we do, as I told you, we have the fan base. We also have membership and what we sell. That's what keeps us learning. But we could wish to have corporate sponsors who can help us to run the game. Like if I give a little history, back in late 80s and early 90s, Nyeri has had 3 teams in Premier. That is Lenana Warrior under Kenya Police. We had Posta, Nyeri Posta under Posta, and we have Nyeri Steamer under KPL. Those are the only team you can say they were on that time. They were in Premier, and you see they were being supported by parastatos. From that time, all those teams who have been there, they have been community based. So to come a point in Africa, it can't go no more. So good team like Morogoro, Homeboys, they just die like that.
Which is so unfortunate because you can't say there's no talent in any region of this country, even Northeastern, even wherever. The talent is everywhere. The young boys and girls willing to play are everywhere. It's just getting organized and getting the government and corporates involved. What are your biggest challenges, Erico?
I'll also say on matters finances, at times it's a bit tricky because you'll find that you have good players and you want to get players from elsewhere. But for you to get the player to Nyeri itself, it requires money, which was not budgeted. You know, if we have our structures, we say we are going to have these activities for this week, but you find that the coach says now someone has poached a good player and he needs to be Nyeri before the weekend. So money is required. But now you can't go to the fans again and start telling them that you want money to send to that player so that he can come. We also find that if you have, if you're traveling, you need a bus. Even if someone gives you the bus, then you need to fuel. Even if it's fuel, those guys need water. They need the boots. That they need the uniform because
the balls,
the
the
balls,
cones,
yes,
everything.
the bibs. As in, like every other day, it's very expensive. Actually, I would say to run a club, but we are appealing to the sponsors. There are big companies, there are big organizations in Nyeri and elsewhere that can support the clubs because most of the time you'll find that you have the talent, yes. We have a coach, yes, but the coach cannot support the club or the organization that is that should sponsor the club should come in fully, because sometimes you find an organization giving a club just a little amount of money that cannot take them to the next level. So you get a good team getting stuck in the middle of a league. And mostly now, like the local teams used to see good football just before elections, because there are guys who wanted the seats and they wanted to sponsor small guys.
So they just bring around that time.
Yes,
Many
they come and
disappear.
sponsor so many tournaments, and at the end of the day, what the guys are going to win, they just split amongst each other, and that is it.
It's not a long-term solution.
Yes, it's not a long-term solution. So you have good talent, but it just gets wasted. So we are appealing to the organizations to come through and support a club and help these young people at least improve and get a post so that we can see them play in bigger clubs. And eventually, if someone is playing in, let's say, Harambee Stars, and they get to the EPA, the Premier League, you'll find that that person will come back to the village and uplift the guys that he left. Just to quote a few, the likes of the foundations like the Didier Drogba, the Samuel Ebu, and others, you'll find that
Wanyama has started an academy in Busia.
yes, that is the kind of spirit that we need. You don't need an organization that will support a club in a short time, expecting that after two years or 1 year it will get back the money, but invest in the players for the long term.
I think you guys are on the right track, because a lot of corporates, if you approach them, what they ask is how transparent are they, how organized are they, do they have a fan base, because ultimately these corporates are looking to sell products.
Yes.
Yeah, some, like now when you approach some of them, they ask what in for us in terms of marketing, what are you going to do for us. But okay, for me as Lwale, the one organization I can give thanks to the Outspan Hospital, because Outspan Hospital, in fact, when I was in G4, they were able to give us transport throughout. So I say thank you for Mr. David because of that gesture he gave us. And I could ask, because like Nyeri, we have big companies. If only they can come and take each and every company, support a team, I can be sure in Nyeri we'll have a growing teams. So
you'll see the growth.
Yeah, the growth will be there.
I think just make more noise, because you've got the fundamentals right. The organization behind it appears to be right. The fans are there, which any product, be it Coca-Cola, be it anybody, wants to sell their product to your fan base. So I think you've got it right. I think it's just people knowing that you exist. And I notice you're very good on social media. Facebook, you're more organized than Instagram, they organize. Instagram, you need help. I
Yeah.
checked yesterday, you had one post.
No, they will bring us. They give us someone for internship, then
Yeah.
come to
You give them an
Marafiki.
intern.
Yes.
You were saying, when we were in the break, you were saying that you gave birth to Marafiki.
Yeah, I can say this. Marafiki, when it started, it started as team ya wazee who have social things together. On Sunday, we come together, we play game. So now, when the coach who was with Marafiki was Luale coach that time. So when Marafiki had started youth team, he could come, post my prayers, go and play Marafiki. Until one day, I had a game. I had a game at hand, and they all went. So I told him.
But of course, you'll go
I
to
told
the better
him.
team,
No,
Carol.
I told him.
You agree with me that.
Hearing that one. I'm not hearing that fight.
But if the players will see now, I have this beautiful girlfriend and I have this brown one, then I don't.
But you see, you
yes. But of course.
But I had contract with them, But that was the part, so you had to part with him. I told him, we have one objective in Yeli, to see talent grow. If that line is yours, to patane mahali pamo.
But I like this
Yeah.
rivalry. This
Yes.
rivalry is what makes the game interesting, you know.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
these are some of the things, for example, the English Premier League has used to expand the game all over the world. They feed us that Man U Arsenal rivalry, that Liverpool Chelsea rivalry, you know.
And that
then
is-
it grows.
That is what is by the way is bringing
interest.
Nyeri
Yeah,
football. Because
football,
even
yeah.
the players themselves, they want
Yeah.
to win against their fellow player.
Yeah.
Because you used to train together,
Bragging
but
rights,
now,
man.
yes, you want,
Bragging rights.
yes,
Yeah, that's everything.
exactly. And as we speak, of course, the Marafiki FC, I would say, is doing well. It's doing well.
Let me read some comments here. Let me read some comments from guys who are watching. Samuel Gasharira is a sports journalist as well. He says, proud of my home county, renowned as a bedrock of volleyball and athletics talent, now embracing football. Big up to both teams, Marafiki and Ruare United. Walt Senior, that's Muridi Kamenju. Invite Carol to tomorrow's game. Unfortunately, I can't make it tomorrow. Unfortunately. I'll tell you when I can make it. Evelyn Wangoi, so good to see talent from Mashinani being brought to the limelight. Guys, you are amazing.
Thank you.
Mark Gashusha says, very soon these two teams will have a cult following. I think they already do. If you look at some of the photos that Abbas DJ shares. Hey? Okay, Judy Masharia, she says, it's amazing to see our grassroots clubs taking more initiative to grow the game. Important lesson for the big boys and other grassroots teams. That they can also be a force too. What challenges have they encountered in approaching sponsors and maintaining them? I think we sort of covered that. Unless there's something else you can think of to add. Judy, actually, she's part of the RO Sports, Ronald Okot Sports Academy outfit. Mohammed Hassan, let's invest in our own at a lower level. I think we can do a 90% local, 10% import for our growth. Yeah, I mean,
On that point, I will say that it's very frustrating for now the local clubs to invest all that in the good players. Then you find that our national team is being worked left, right, and center. So I would really appeal to those guys who are selecting the national players to really go for the talent and not the name. Because we have enough talent to take the Harambee Stars to greater levels. But you find that the talent that we have is not really given that platform to play to at a national level.
I think the federation needs to do something about their scouting.
Exactly,
because
exactly.
we tend to have a little black book that we remove every time there's an international.
Yes, yes.
That's why we end up with players who don't have clubs, players who they may be abroad, signed with clubs, but have spent the season on the bench, you know.
Yeah.
So every time there's selection for the national team, there are certain issues. Abbas Martin says, too unfortunate the area leadership never addresses issues to do with the infrastructure. No wonder Ruringo Stadium has been under construction for almost 10 years, while other county stadiums were launched and completed. But not that many were launched and completed. I think
Just a few.
Machakos, Suppose they did a good job, but now they need a serious stadium that you can sit on and not get burnt. Murioki Wamaina says, don't forget to mention tomorrow's games, Dware at Rirungu and Marafiki in Kiambu. You'll remind us, we only have like 10 minutes left. Judy Masharia locked in with my eyes half open. She's in New York at the moment, but she can
So she's
never
asleep, but she's falling.
She said, I am not missing. You're talking about Nyeri football, I'm not missing.
Thank you.
So that's why I think she's saying her eyes are half open. Christopher Shivutse says the two teams have good organization and order. Bravo to them. And yeah, keep your comments coming in. What is your ideal situation for Nyeri football? When will you say that we've done our job? At what point?
Okay, to my point, I'd say this. The ideal position in Nyeri is that when I'd see other teams from grassroots, not only within Nyeri town, but within the surrounding, maybe Kieni, Mukurweni, Udhaya, coming up to the higher level of the football, and to be able to portray the talent in Nyeri, because in Nyeri we have true talents. So that's my ideal. When I'll see a player from Marafiki, Luale, Santos, Classic, going to the higher, I would say we have done it.
Premier League, going and playing for the national team.
Yeah,
what about
you,
Erico?
Yes, that is the ultimate goal, because like in Nyeri, we want to see every sub-county, they have their tournament, and they are producing good players who we can pick, and they form another team that will play to the ranks of to even the national league. After the national league, of course, they will be scouted and play in the bigger teams in the world, and it will be a very a good moment when you will see a player from Nyeri playing for Arsenal, I would say, or any other big club. It will also give a direction to those people from elsewhere who will want their region to grow to the same level. So ultimately, I would say we'll be proud if we'll see the local talent rise up to the national level and even international level.
One thing I noticed about the two of you is you're very young, and people think to be a manager of a club, you have to...
You're young at heart.
You're not that young. You're not as young as you look.
Nah.
You have good genes. You're like me.
Not that young.
No, but it just means that, and I mean it in a good way, as in you're giving back, you're realizing, let me use my energetic years, because I'm assuming you're professionals in your own right. What do you do outside of football?
Outside of football, I'm a professional, I'm an accountant.
Ah.
Yeah.
So we know the money is in safe hands. If any money is coming in, it's in safe hands.
Yeah, I'm an accountant with the Kenya Forest Service.
With Kenya Forest Service?
Yeah.
Ah. What about you, Eric?
I did accounts, but I dropped it for some biashara. I mean, I'm Kikuyu, real Kikuyu. So basically, I do events and socks, as you can see. That is a company that I do events with. And I also sell beverages. If they know, they know.
No, you're making it stereotypical. Because I say that when a Kikuyu opens a business, you're not sure what it is.
Yeah.
It's a barber shop that has M-Pesa and that's photocopy and a cyber cafe.
All of them together. I don't want to blame.
So, but when it comes to events, because a lot of people talk about football just being 90 minutes of a dull game, but I guess you use your eventing experience along with DJ Abbas when you're playing Ruare to actually make the whole game an event.
Exactly. We've come a long way with the Buzz. We have a history together in events, and so we chip in our experiences so that we can have a successful game, of course, because we just don't want to see a boring game and where fans come and sit down and probably even others are sleeping in their cars. We want a game where everyone is participating, be it the player, be it the fan, or even other guys who will be passing by. They will wonder what is happening in Kenunga Stadium. Yes.
Because that's basically our Jazz Study concept.
Yeah.
We literally just bring in the big DJs, the music.
Yes.
Actually, what I can say there, when the Eric is saying is what actually have bring the people to field in Nyeri, it's like DJ Abbas, those events before the game, there is that music crowd the town, event. Even when the ball is going, there's DJ doing his own. So everyone is filled and I feel like entertained kwa ground. It's not just watching the ball, it's other things are going on.
Well, guys, I'm impressed. Now, we're actually done with our 1 hour, but I want you to tell me about your game tomorrow and what you can expect and your game as well.
Okay, tomorrow we have a game with Weza. Weza is a team based in Kibira. They're coming back to Rugudengo. Of course, we accept a win. That's no doubt. It's a home ground.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a win.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You've heard he's winning tomorrow
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Erico,
Yes.
who's Marafiki playing tomorrow and what can we expect?
Tomorrow, Marafiki, we are going to be in Kiambu, and we are going to be hosting White Eagles. And actually, the fans have started streaming into Nairobi as early as today.
The convoy.
Yes. So we are going to meet around Whiskey River, then we'll just do our convoy now to the ground.
No,
You
overall,
can expect fireworks, and if you get a chance, please attend.
I know what my tomorrow looks like.
Yes.
By the way, I have more events to attend than I don't even know if I'll leave this front door, but I'll try.
Okay.
But I'll try. But either way, I will make a point over the coming weeks
Yeah,
before the
please do.
season ends to come
Yes.
and actually watch in Nyeri.
Yes.
Because I think it's something to behold. There's so many people who have put comments and said, Radull, get yourself to Nyeri and see for yourself. Don't just talk. Talk about what you've seen.
Yes.
You
And
know.
good praise
And I
will
can
be.
see many people here advocating for that rematch. Elias Obanyi Makori, we are waiting for the friendly Marafiki versus... Oh, him is waiting for Nation FC. Is this Elias Makori, the Elias Makori of Nation?
Yes.
Okay, Marafiki versus Nation FC.
Yes.
James Kiamanderetu says we need a rematch sooner rather than later. Abbas DJ, bottom line is Nyeri's football is because of Marafiki FC, Rware United, and from this we've seen the birth of so many other clubs. I'm calling out to Governor Mutahi Kahiga to finish up
It's okay.
Ruringo International Stadium in Nyeri sooner rather than later. Kowech Kipkamoi, big up for growing grassroots football. Jacob Kinyua, Rware United FC, well in. I think this is the beginning. You guys have already taken off. For me, this is the beginning of also focusing on football from the Nyeri region. You know, me and my relatives and my shemejis, we should not think we own football. We don't. We don't. This is Kenya, and every region of the country has a right to play football and has the talent. Do you have any parting words before we wrap up? Or maybe to your fans, a word to your fans, and appeal to the sponsors?
Okay, to me I would say, first I will give thanks to the management, especially those who deal with social, that is Josh, Kalen, for the good work they are doing. They are the one who have enabled Rware to be known because of that vibrant in social media. I want to say thank you. I want to give thanks to also to my players and my fans for that support they are giving us. Another thing I would ask the county government of Nyeri, please embrace the sport because it's the next thing to create job for youth.
To create jobs and to create wealth.
Yeah.
To create jobs
It's the
and to
next
create
thing.
wealth.
It's the next thing.
Eric, parting shots?
There's almost preempted what I was about to say. But this first to the players. I will tell the players, when you're given that platform and you're exposing your talent, make sure when you go to that big team, you have your discipline, because that will also help you get to another level. To the entire Marafiki fraternity, I will thank the fans for the support. I will thank the board and the pillars and the technical bench, because they've contributed so much to the success of this brand Marafiki. To the sponsors, we are open. We still need you guys to come in so that we can go. You will see this name Marafiki. We want
Get
to see,
used to it.
yes, get used to it, because you are going to see it for longer. And finally, to our government, let us take this opportunity and not frustrate the clubs. Let when there's an international friendly or there's an international match, give those people support both financially and in any way that you can, so that when they go and perform and represent this nation, we want to see our flag fly high.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Emmanuel, Mwangi, Matano.
Yeah.
And thank you for hosting us, by the way.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yes.
Kimaru, one of your, he's an official. Kimaru is an official of Marafiki.
Marafiki,
Or is this a noisemaker?
No, no. Kimaru is every person, whether a fan or noisemaker. By the way, we love noisemakers in Marafiki.
Kimaru is a noisemaker. I've known him for many years,
Yeah.
and he told me you have no choice. You have got to embrace Nyeri football.
Yes.
Because it is the next big thing. And
Yes.
I don't regret this one little bit. I just say, in fact, I say it's long overdue. But thanks so much for coming. Thank you guys for watching Radull Live. Continue to share the link and share with your friends. It will be on this page forever. I'll pin it for the next 1 week, this show. And make sure people get to know about Nyeri football. I am impressed, and I'm sure you'll be impressed too. So thanks for watching Radull Live. We'll see you again next week.